Hello and welcome to the second episode in the series of basics to railway modelling, and this program is sort of concluding track laying and moving on to the start of the electrics on the layout. The electrics on layouts is probably the longest thing that you can do, but hopefully with this layout I can explain how I can very easily wire this layout up. Now this layout will be DCC by the end, so I can have total isolation of the trains moving on the track, and hopefully this will be put to good use, because with shunting manoeuvres and things like that, which will be quite common on this layout, DCC seems the best way forward. So I'll take you in and explain a bit about track laying and the start of the electrics. So I've got here a straight off the layout, and we're going to stick some wires to it to make this piece of the track live, and this involves soldering some wires to it. The first stage of this is to strip the wires, and just to tell which wire is which, if I come over here a sec, we've got a red wire and a black wire. The most two common wires that you get for electrics, one to tell you it's positive, one to tell you it's negative, and we'll have to strip these before we can solder them onto the layout. So we've got some very basic wire strippers here. Start off by getting the red wire and stripping that off. So we've got the fibres of the actual wire exposed, and then we move on to the black wire and we repeat the process. A nice handy tip is so that before you solder and your hands aren't free because you're holding the soldering iron and the wire, a nice idea is to twist the fibres of the wire so that none of them are loose, and you get a good solid electrical connection from the wire to the actual rail itself. So what I've done now is I've just using some tweezers, holding the wire against the rail just underneath the top flat part of the rail. Get some solder and use my soldering iron get on the end of the iron and just stroke the solder into place. Like so. and you can get a good connection. Leave it to cool down and harden. And your wire will be attached to the rail. Just give it a tug and you can see it's securely attached. We can now do this to the opposite side with black wire, and then we can place it back onto our layout. Okay, so we've now got the black wire and the red wire attached. This will leave solder on the rail, and this can be disguised when we come round to doing track weathering. After we've done the ballasting and you do track weathering and final details, you can actually hide this when you are weathering the track. All that's left for me to do now is stick this piece of track back onto the layout, and also solder any wires onto any other parts of the track that need to be live. Hi, this is just a quick demonstration on track laying. Whilst I'm just taking a break from the two pieces which we soldered the wires to, which we saw earlier in the program, and I'm just going to show you how we do track laying, because although I said I was going to do track laying in the first program, it was basically just about points, basically because the camera kept playing up. So I've got these small black pins from Hornby. There they are, just there in my hand. Now what I do is I use these grips and I grab the head of the pin like that. This is just a standard double straight from Pico, so slide that on. Now so, and then I'll make sure that not only have I got them in the lines which I've drawn on previously, as you can just see them here, but I'll make sure that's good and there's no gaps in the rails down here. And then finding a hole in the track, and just push that in, close the grips and just push down on the head, and there you can see it's totally secure, it's not going anywhere. As you can see, you've got this small bit of wobbling of the track there, so it is a good idea just to place a couple in the centre. And with Pico track and most track that which you can buy today, you will have holes already drilled. I've noticed sometimes in Pico FlexiTrack and other FlexiTrack products you will have to drill your own hole. This is very easily done with a small drill bit. So that's basically track laying for you, and how I lay my track after I've drawn it all out. Very simply using a marker pen and a steel rule, and also using the track itself, and also Pico templates. They are very good for sorting out a track plan. So now you can see that we've got nice straight track with the Pico straights that we've got here. Now all that's left is to lay in the areas which we wired and continue on from that, probably in our next program, where we'll look at the electrical work under the baseboard. Also, I've completed the ratio signal from the Great Western Railway, as you can see. Now, after Christmas, I will be touching on signals, how to make your own ratio signal, and also how to install an LED, because you can see the wires at the bottom there. They're just peeling off here, and you can install your own LED into the lamp. So it actually works like the prototype, and we'll have a look at that after Christmas. So that's basic track laying, and also the simple soldering wires onto track. So please stay tuned for the next video, program 3, where we'll look at a bit more of the electrics and installing the signal. So bye for now.